Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy comes to you with a brand new video. Before we get into the video, man, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so recently there was a rumor that came out that Jimmy Butler is not signing an extension, so he's going to play throughout his contract for the 2024-2025 NBA season, and then go into 2025-2026 season. You know, he might potentially actually trade, the Miami Heat might trade him, and a preferred destination for him is the Brooklyn Nets. Now, this is very, very interesting for a lot of reasons, because Jimmy Butler, we know the type of player Jimmy Butler is. He is a guy that has, frequently in his career turned up in the playoffs and has, really, been a culture shifter, the leader, the alpha guy, the alpha dog, whatever you want to call it, the guy, Himothy, whatever you want to call him. But in the playoffs, he's always been that guy. He's always been, a number one option or like a very high-end level 2 option, depending on who you ask with the, Minnesota Timberwolves days, whatever you want to say. But, it's very interesting with him and Brooklyn Nets. It doesn't really make a sense to me. He's going to be 36 years old, 37 years old by the time he's in a contract year. In the 2025-2026 season, he's going to be 36, 37 years old. And it doesn't really make sense to me because the Brooklyn Nets are in a rebuild. They're potentially going to tank this entire season and next season. For sure this season they're going to tank to get Cooper Flag. So I just don't get it. I just don't get why he would want to go to the Brooklyn Nets because, they are a rebuilding team, and Jimmy Butler throughout his career has always said that he wanted to win. That's why he left the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then he went to the Philadelphia 76ers, and then he went to Miami Heat because he always wanted to win and had a better chance. And so it didn't really make sense. But he's also been about his money. So it's also very interesting how the Miami Heat and him didn't come to a contract extension because, Jimmy Butler has always said he wants the most money and he wants to win. So that's why he went from the Philadelphia 76ers because they didn't match his salary, they didn't give him what he wanted, and they signed Tobias Harris over him. And then he went to the Miami Heat where, he signed a contract extension. I think it was a $146 million extension or whatever it may have been, whatever he signed for. So, it's interesting because the Miami Heat, there's been some rumors, some cracks in the leaks. Pat Riley has come out and said, he made some comments. It was Jimmy Butler that made first comments. Jimmy Butler in the offseason. In this offseason, like a couple months ago, Jimmy Butler was talking about how, he should have, he would have bust Josh Hart's Azers and somebody on the 76ers. And, Pat Riley came out and said, if you didn't make the playoffs, you should be talking. Which was very interesting because, Pat Riley, we all know as a Don. He's that guy. And, there was also another crack in the thing where we heard some rumors about, Pat Riley wants everybody to be better conditioned and he was going to make, strict changes. So, there's just a lot of turmoil, I believe, that's going on with the Miami Heat internally. And it's very interesting to see how this could play out. Because Jimmy Butler might potentially be on the move by the deadline this season. So it could be very, very interesting. But now let's think about what a trade package would look like for the Brooklyn Nets to get Jimmy Butler. Now, if the Miami Heat trade Jimmy Butler, they obviously want, young assets that can help them compete right now. And it doesn't really make sense to me how the Brooklyn Nets would get this done. The best asset they would have right now, in my opinion, would be whoever they draft with the 5th overall pick. A top 5 pick. Cam Thomas is maybe Nick Claxton. I think they like the Clowney guy, Clowney, whatever his name is. They like him a lot too. Keon Johnson, I think they've started to build around as well. But it's interesting. Most of those guys are on minimum or rookie contracts, so it doesn't really make sense. I don't think they would move Nick Claxton. I don't think he works with the Miami Heat either because they just drafted Cleo where they have Bam Adebayo. So Nick Claxton doesn't work. Ben Simmons is going to be off the books by the end of the season, so he's off the table. I believe they're going to move off of Bogdanovic by the free agency. The trade deadline. I think he should up his value. So he's going to get moved for a first or a second or picks, whatever. So they don't really have enough contracts to make it up for him. It's gonna be interesting to think about because Jimmy Butler's salary in the 2025, 2026 season is going to be around $52 million, I believe. So I just don't think that the Brooklyn Nets can find a way to fulfill that. So if he's not looking at the if he's looking at Brooklyn, maybe he's looking across the town. Who knows? To the New York Knicks. We know that Jimmy Butler likes Tom Thibodeau a lot. He coached him, and they spent a couple years together in Chicago, then in Minnesota. So maybe, who knows? Jimmy Butler might take a vet minimum or a very huge pay cut to come play for the Knicks and compete for a championship. Because, hey man, Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler, Mikal, OG. Randall, whatever, I'm just saying, just in general, some of them have to be moved. And I don't know, that's for Leon Rose to decide, but just to say players' names right now: Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler, Mikal, OG, Mitchell Robinson, Tyler Kolek, a Deuce McBride, a Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo. Like, that really, really, really could be like a dominant championship, like favors to win it. So it could be very, very interesting what happens in the next 2 years regarding Jimmy Butler. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about this. Do you guys think it makes sense in either cases? Or do you think it's just like a smoke, like, just puff in the air that, Jimmy Butler is saying that he might, move to a different team so he can, potentially trick the Miami Heat into getting, like an extension. So, yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, YouTube.